Hello, everyone, and welcome to A New Direction. My name's Jay Izzo, and oh man, do we have another great show for you. It's so easy. Great guest, who's a great author, writes a great book. I have the easiest job in the world to be able to talk about this book. It's called The 21st Century Sales Bible, Mastering the 10 Commandments of Marketing, Negotiation, and Persuasion by Dr. Yaniv Zaid. Fabulous book. I'll tell you what I love about this book. First of all, it's very practical. Okay. I mean, you know how we're looking for something to go, well, if I read the book, will I get something that I can use right now? Yes, you will get something that you can use right now. Well, there's something that I can use today? Yes, you can. Is this a silver bullet? No. It's going to require work. If you're looking for a silver bullet or some magical potion that exists in the book, he even talks about it. He says, listen, if you're looking for no, you're going to have to do some work here. We all do. Man, we're going to have to be a little disciplined. We're going to have to change, but we got to change the way we think. We got to change our mindset. Okay? Because listen, I've said this before when I've been on stage, right? Everybody wants a silver bullet for their business. Okay? Let's remind ourselves of something. Silver bullets only existed on TV, and it was the Lone Ranger, who was a made-up character, and even he had to have a sidekick by the name of Tonto. Okay? So the silver bullet was not the answer for your business, but what is the answer for the business is inside you, and that is what Dr. Yaniv Zaid pulls out. You have it. You have all the tools at your disposal. You just need to act on it. And he's got action in this book. So if you're ready to take action, you're going to love him. I want to introduce you to Dr. Yaniv Zaid. He's an attorney. He's an economist, international expert in the field of persuasion. He's also known as, can I do it with my radio voice? Dr. Persuasion. Yeah, really cool, right? He's been highly sought after consultant, lecturer, teaching others how to improve their marketing, presentation, sales, and persuasion skills. He has given nearly 2,000 lectures, probably more, and workshops in 4 continents, probably more. Has provided personal and business consulting services for nearly 1,000 companies and businesses in all fields, including the insurance industry, financial industry, communication, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, high-tech, real estate, factories, product manufacturers, consulting, service companies, academic institutions, government departments, the security industry, and so many more. He is a champion-level speaker, and so far he's got hundreds of thousands of people that watch his lectures on his YouTube channel. Just go to drpersuasion.com. Let me do it again with my radio voice, drpersuasion.com. You're going to love him. So please welcome to the show, and welcome for the first time to A New Direction, Dr. Persuasion, Dr. Yaniv Zaid. Welcome to A New Direction.
Thank you very much, Coach Jay. It's a privilege to be here. I listened to many episodes in your podcast, and I enjoyed very much, so I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So let's dig into this, the 21st Century Bible. There's something that you said in the introduction. A lot of us don't read the introduction. Folks, can I encourage you, when you read a book, read the introduction, because there's juicy nuggets in there, okay? And you said, if you ask people randomly off the street, what are the 4 most important things in life? What are they? And you will get a pretty much close to the same 4 answers. To be loved by others, to have enough money to live the life we want, to be happy, content, and fulfilled, to be healthy, energetic, and strong. How does the 21st Century Sales Bible help us accomplish, in general, just give a general overview, those 4 things?
Okay, so first of all, you and we belong to the experts industry, because there is the formal education system who doesn't teach us how to be happy, and how to be healthy, and how to be wealthy, and how to be great at what we do. And if you do everything, you excel in your kindergarten school and the high school and the university and college and everything, and then you go out to the market, and people told you that if you excel in everything, then your life will be great. And then you come and you understand, come to life, and you understand that you don't know how to find your spouse, how to hold on to your marriage, how to be a great parent, how to build a business, how to make money, etc. So there is a gap, and the experts economy, the experts industry is here to to shorten the learning curve and to narrowing the gap. So my book is narrowing the gap in all related to sales, marketing, money, business development, better communication skills with others, and I don't talk usually about parenting and about communication with your spouse, but all the principles are also relevant. But I focus on entrepreneurs and sales persons and managers. So there is a gap because no one, I am an economist and I am a lawyer, and I studied in university 4 years in two first degrees, and then second degree, and then PhD. And for example, in law school, they taught me everything except how to sell myself as a lawyer, how to talk in courthouses, and how to write legal documents. And then you go out to the world, and what you need to do, 3 things. You need to sell, you need to write, you need to talk. Nobody taught you that in university. So there is a gap, So I am narrowing the gap in all related to those communication skills, which I think they are very, very important, even in a digital era, and maybe especially in the digital era and the AI era.
You're so correct. Between undergraduate and graduate school in psychology, when I was going to school, they teach us all these other skill development things, right? We do our internships and everything. Nobody teaches us how to sell ourselves. Nobody does. Nobody teaches us that in college. You're so right. There is something that you said in this too, and I say it in a different way, but I love what you said. You said, I believe that the personal and the business oriented are connected, and that successful people learn all the time and try to improve all the time in every field. Here's how I've said this in a different way. There is no such thing as a business problem. There are only personal problems that infect your business.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how that there's not really the separation between personal and business. It's really one person. Talk about that a little bit.
First of all, I strongly believe in personal branding. It doesn't matter if you are if you're the only person in your business, or you have 100 to 1,000 employees. You need to build your brand. Even in a big company, we know Jeff Bezos, we know Mark Zuckerberg. We will never meet them, but we use Facebook and Amazon because of them. So we focus about their life. We know about the strategy. We hear them in conferences, etc. So even if you're one person, even if you have many employees, then people look up to you. Your employees look up to you. Your customers look up to you. You need to, in order to develop your company, you need to put yourself out there to be at the front, in front of clients, in front of audiences, and then your personality counts. Because if I am a bad person, if I am not a nice person, then I can't succeed in business over time. I think maybe the first rule in marketing and sales is love your clients. If you love your clients, then you are great at what you do, and you will be a great salesperson. Okay. If you don't love your clients, it doesn't care. I don't care how good your script is. You don't do it well. Even for speakers, you need to love your audience. If you don't enjoy what you do, and you're in front of speakers, in front of an audience, they will notice it. So the personal identity is combined with your professional identity, and this is the way we need to be to develop ourselves all the time, to be in self-evolved, self-development all the time, to become better persons, better consultants, better parents, better spouses, etc., in order to become also better business persons.
Beautiful. Love that. Beautifully said. All right, let's start digging into the commandments. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The first commandment that you have here is ask and get high prices for your product and services, even in a saturated market. What? That's the first commandment? Ask and get high prices for your products and services, even in a saturated market? Okay, Dr. Persuasion. All right, Dr. Zaid. Tell us what you're trying to get at here.
Well, most people they ask for lower prices than what they can get from the clients, and they do calculations for the clients, and they don't think about themselves as experts. And I say, we talked about personal branding. So if I'm a brand and if I'm an expert, then I need to charge like an expert. And if I provide great content to my clients, and great consulting to my clients, or great products for my clients, I need to take the proper amount, not just for me to earn more, but also for the client that they will appreciate what you do. Now, my definition of an expert is very wide, because, for example, if you go to a restaurant and you don't know the restaurant and you take the menu, and then a waitress comes and you ask her, what do you recommend, right? So why do I ask her what do I recommend? Because I don't know her. I am 48 years old. Maybe she's 21 years old. I usually don't consult with 21 years old. And I know she represents the restaurant. I know that she will offer me what the chef told her to offer in the briefing before the shift. So I will ask you what you recommend, and then we'll say, okay, take the steak, probably because they're going to run out of the menu, something like that, or it will be expired soon. So she will tell me take the steak, and then I take the steak because the expert told me to, because the expert, I don't know her, I don't know the restaurant, but I don't have much time, I don't want to gamble. So the default of people is ask for experts and ask for people to tell them what to do. So if you guide your clients, if you have great product, if you solve your clients' problems, you need to charge more. And the bigger the problem, or the bigger the need, the more you can charge. So for example, if I would take a regular bouquet of flowers and I would call it a regular bouquet of flowers, I can charge, let's say, $100. But if I call it a bridal bouquet, a bouquet of flowers for the wedding, then I can charge $300 to $500 more, because everything for the wedding is statistically 3 to 5 times more. Why? The flowers are the same flowers. The change is the need, because for wedding, I don't buy flowers. I buy, the winning image of a queen for a day, of the bride, the photos that 10 years from now, they will look the winning image, the winning picture that they will sit in the living room, the bride and groom and the kids, and they will say, oh, look how beautiful mommy was. And 30 years from now, they will sit with their grandkids and say, oh, look how beautiful grandmother was. Okay, so this is what I buy when I buy flowers for the wedding. This is the way I can charge more. So what I say in this commandment is, first of all, you need to become an expert. We're going to talk about it in the next chapters as well. But you need to understand the value you provide to your clients, and you need to understand how much can you charge your ideal price in order to have a win-win situation.
You have a subtitle in here underneath all that, and you ask a question: why do we negotiate with ourselves instead of with our customers? And you say it's in our mind that the toughest kind of persuasion is self-persuasion. Whoa. What do you? Okay. There's people listening right now going, what do you mean the toughest kind of persuasion is self-persuasion? Talk about that.
Because for example, in sales, you have doing and being, and it's a combination. Doing is exactly what you need to do, what you need to write, what you need to say, your sales script, your landing page, the things that the client sees. But outside of the doing is also the being. Being is your state of mind when you do it. Because, for example, you try to sell you something, and I talked about the product in high energy, like you started this show. You need to take this product, you will love it, etc. And then you ask how much does it cost? Well, I think it's $10. Okay, so the energy dropped, so immediately my chances to sell decreases. So you need to have with full energy, full confidence in your products, and you need to know exactly what you would like to sell. You need to believe in your products. Again, if you believe in what you sell, then you're a great salesperson. If you just say something they gave you, you just read the script and you don't have the emotions, then it's lousy. So again, the being is not less important than the doing. So it's a combination. So if we would like to be great business persons, great entrepreneurs, great salesperson, we need also to develop our mental health and mental toughness, and mental image and positive image of ourselves, not just of the products, in order to become the best business person as we can be.
You said something here in this chapter 2 that I want you to talk about. You said if you want to sell at high prices, you've got to get inside your customer's head and understand why they are buying from you and not why you want to sell to them. That's fundamentally 2 different things, but I think we get caught up in why we want to sell to them versus why are they buying from us. Dig into that a little bit.
We recorded in 2025. Today, the sales world is changing and the marketing world is changing. And I say it all the time that today our clients, they have fake radar or bullshit radar, that they know exactly when we mean what we say and our intentions. So if I just sell to you something because I would like to go to a vacation and I need more money, or I have, my boss told me you need to sell 100 units till the end of the day, so this is why I call you again and again and again. Then you will feel it. You will feel it, and you would won't like the urge, me urging you. You won't like the conversation. You will see me as a fake. Okay, so many methods that used to work 10, 20 years ago, they don't work today. So we need to do the right things from the right reasons. Okay, so I need to sell you something, and again, it's win-win. Okay, I will earn, you will earn. I need to sell you something if I believe that you will benefit from it, if I believe it's relevant for you. If I don't believe it, I will rather skip the deal, because we think for a long term. I try to have a long-term relationship with you, and sometimes clients, they love to hear from me tell you, for example, well, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe not this time. Maybe come back 6 months from now when you will be more mature and you need it more, or something like that. Then you feel better, and you will say, okay, Yaniv is a professional. And then maybe I didn't sell to you now, but 6 months from now you will come and we will close much bigger deal, because you believe in me, because you trust me, because I didn't try to push you all the time. You need to buy now, buy now, buy now. Okay, we are in November now, November 2025. There is lots of holidays, Black Friday, the vegetables, Chinese vegetables day, etc. All those days, and every time everyone try to push you in 4 hours, 5 hours, try buy as much as you can. No, we're talking about long term, not one day, not 1 week. I would like to, as my client, as my colleague, as my partner, as my business partner, for many years. So maybe I will skip the deal now, but I will earn you in the future. So and it's against our instinct as salesperson, because we have an amount of money and amount of products we need to sell, amount of money we like to achieve. We have our ego. I would like to win every conversation, and to handle objections well. But no, sometimes I need to take a step back, and sometimes when I take a step back, then you will want to buy now.
It's so true. And you make a point here. I'd love just a few minutes to talk about this. We don't like talking about money when it comes, right? I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest and say, I've struggled with that money conversation in my coaching business from time to time. And it's my head. My head gets in the way, my emotions get in the way.
It's only in our mind, because if someone told us it's not good to talk about money, right?
Right. Well, right. It's stuff I've learned that I've had to overcome, right? From parents, education, that type of thing. You say make the conversation about money incidental as possible, make it a natural part of the conversation. Don't make a drama out of it, and don't drop your energy levels when talking about prices. Yeah, give us a few tidbits there.
First of all, we talked about raising prices, to charge more. So if you need to raise prices, again, first of all, do it for the right reasons. Raise prices because you believe that your value is great, that your value provides great content, great life, good quality of life for your clients, and then you need to charge more. But if, for example, I take, let's say I coach you and I take $1,000 for an hour, and then I would like to raise prices for $1,500. Okay, so first of all, I need to do it from the right reasons, not because I just want more money or I have a bigger ego, because I believe that I am now more professional, and maybe I have more demand as a speaker or as a coach, and then I need to charge more. Okay, so I'm a better expert than I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Then I need to charge more. Now, when I talk to you, okay, I need to believe in this number, because I used to tell you $1,000. I told hundreds of times to clients, it's $1,000 for a meeting. Now I need to say 1,500, right? So I need to believe it. We talked about doing and being. So the doing is now my price is 1,500, but the being, I need to believe in this number. And when I tell you this number, I need to have the same energy as I had when I told you $1,000. So I need to train myself. So for example, what I recommend in the book, you need to write the number a few times, in a notebook or something like that, and you need to write 1,500. You need to look at the number. You need to tell yourself 1,500. You need to believe in the number. And then when I tell you, we talked about coaching. Well, Jay, what is your problem? You tell me your problem. I identified the problem. I sell the problem before I sell the solution. And then I say, okay, I've got the ideal solution for you. We need to work it out. We'll have some sessions. We're going to talk about this and this and this. You're so excited. And then you say, how much does it cost? Okay, so if you say, well, it's 1,500 or something like that, the energy drops, then all what I build is now dropping, So I need to say, well, it's 1,500, and it includes, like I said, 1 hour, and we're going to talk about this and this and this. You get results this and this, and afterwards I will send you a summary of the meeting or something like that. So I send it in a casual way. I believe in the number, and the energy didn't drop. The energy was the same energy when I talked. We were highly enthusiastic about the content and about what we're going to talk during the meeting. So this is a great mental work that we need to do. And I agree with you that most people, they don't want to talk about money because people told them, because maybe I was in I come from the academic world. I taught in the universities. So universities, you don't talk about money. And in many communities you don't talk about money. In many houses you don't talk about money. Okay, and maybe if you come from government offices, you don't talk about money. And everyone earns the same, and it's not like the private market. So no, you need. And this is why most people, they charge less than what they can charge, because they focus on the professionalism. It's great, but they don't focus about the value for the clients and how much the clients are willing to pay. You must know the situations that you come to pay. For example, someone fix your car, or a dentist, or someone like this fix your teeth, and then you are willing to pay, and you don't know how much does it cost, and you say, well, it's probably going to cost, let's say, $1,000, and then you say $400. So, okay, great. So in your mind, you say, first of all, you say, okay, I earned just now $600 because I was willing to pay 1,000, and they just charge 400. But then as the business consultant, you say, well, they should have got more money, right? They should charge for more money, because for me, it's worth $1,000, okay? So most people, we know the situation is clients. So most people, this is why the business failed, because part of the reason, because they focus on the professionalism and don't focus on the money. And I say focus on both. Focus on both and understand the value that you provide your clients.
His name is Dr. Yaniv Zaid. The book is The 21st Century Sales Bible, Mastering the 10 Commandments, Marketing, Negotiation, and Persuasion. Outstanding book, available wherever books are sold. Get yourself a copy. Read through it. It's excellent. Really an excellent.
By the way, the book was translated to 12 languages so far. I aim for 40 languages, including Chinese, Vietnamese, Russian, India, many more, Macau, Spanish, German, French. So maybe my biggest accomplishment, my professional accomplishment, is I managed to sell the same book to few superpowers, India, China, Russia, United States, very different mentalities. But the book is relevant for all. So every publishing house, they do a little adjustment, 5-10% of the book. But generally, this means that all the principles I describe in the book are universal, because we're talking about the subconscious level. Subconscious level is for everyone. I remember there are a few times I deliver free workshops in the same month in 3 countries. For example, once I did the same sales workshop, a full day workshop in Hanoi, Vietnam, in New Jersey, United States, and in Tel Aviv, Israel. And you might think that 3 different mentalities, 3 different continents, So maybe people ask not the same questions, Maybe they will be different. They will be a different environment. But they asked. It was entrepreneurs and small and medium business owners. They asked the same questions. They had the same dilemmas. They had the same problems, and I answered the same solutions. So it means that it's universal. If you talk to a business owner in Vietnam or China or India, probably they have the same dilemmas as you. So this is why it's those principles, those commandments are universal.
Well, this is great news, folks, because you know what? I know I've got listeners from 120 plus different countries around the world. So this book is for you. For those of you, it doesn't matter what country you live in, you can listen in your native tongue. It probably exists there for sure. So, so you can get yourself a copy. You're listening to Dr. Yaniv Zaid and me on A New Direction. Hey, folks, Zoundy, ultimate game changer for authors, publishers, and professionals in the audio book space. I have my books in audio as well as, hardcover, paperbacks, and on Kindle. But what if you could contact the people who actually listen to your book? That's the beauty of Zoundy. The beauty of Zoundy is that when people download my book through Zoundy, I get to chat with them about what they liked, what they didn't like, what they'd like to see me write next. And that's what makes it so cool. So I got a special offer. Just go to Zoundy, ZOUNDY.com /J, that's JAY. Use my code JAY25, It's JAY25. Get special savings. You're going to love it. I love it. It's the best platform, I think, for those of us who are in the book world. Also, Linda Craft Team Realtors, listen, for 40 plus years, they've helped thousands of people, take the stress out of real estate. And, let's be honest, when it comes to real estate, it's not easy. It's the biggest purchase you're ever going to make. And the fact of the matter is, it can be stressful. They have successfully done it for over 40 years, and they're continuing on today. Check them out, lindacraft.com, LINDACRAFT.com. And we're back here on A New Direction with Dr. Yaniv Zaid. His book, The 21st Century Sales Bible, Mastering the 10 Commandments of Marketing, Negotiation, and Persuasion. We're just hitting commandment number 2. Let's talk about commandment number 2, Dr. Persuasion. Brand yourself as an expert in your field in creative ways, even in a competitive market. Brand yourself as an expert. Oh, Dr. Z, come on. Dr. Z, help us out here. What do you mean brand yourself as an expert? What if I'm working somewhere else? How do I do that? What should I be doing here?
Even if you're salaried employees, you need to become an expert in your line of work. People need to know what you do. For example, you have meetings each week. Then ask your managers to talk in front of everyone, to explain what you do, to do a presentation about your work. Because otherwise, people don't know what you do. Then you are compromised because So if they need to fire 20% of the employees, you will be the one, because then nobody knows what you do. And we are now in the AI era. To become an expert is even more important, because if I'm great at what I do, okay, if I'm an expert, if I'm a brand, then AI will be my best friend. They can't replace me, okay? But if I'm mediocre at what I do, okay, then AI will replace me, and they can replace you even today. For example, if you talk about law, okay, I'm a lawyer as well, so if you come to a lawyer and you ask them for an agreement, or a rental agreement, or something like that, and they just take from the internet an agreement, or they have in the computer a Word file that they already wrote 1,000 times and just change your name, then AI will deliver the same results today. Okay, you don't need a lawyer. But if you have, like I call it, the secret ingredient, okay, the secret ingredient, the specific knowledge, unique perspective, something like that, and then what to say to the client, you have a great communication skills, you know what to write in the legal documents, you need to who judge you need to approach, which secretary to approach, something like that, then AI won't replace you, and you will become great at what you do. So I believe everyone are experts in something, and we all got our unique perspective in something, because we have our background, our beliefs, our experience, the things that we did before. So it doesn't matter if you are self-employed or salaried employees. You need to focus on what you do, your powers, your unique powers, and you need everyone to know about it. How can you do it? By the way, you can write content, great content about it. Even if you're in a company, then write an instruction or a manual to all the employees and share it, or do a presentation in front of everyone, or write a newsletter, or write topics to the company's blog, or something like that, okay? And then you put yourself out there, you put yourself in the front of your clients and your colleagues, and then you are important, and then people treat you well. By the way, then you have more fun at work, because people you are a source of knowledge in the job place. So everyone comes to you for advices or something like that. So you have more fun, you have more money, you will be the one the company will promote, and you will be the last one the company will fire. So become an expert.
You say, you ask a question here. You ask, how does an authority become an authority? And you have 2 principles here. First is the way one conducts himself with his customers. And then the second is a principle known as the luxury paradox. Talk about these two things specifically, of how does an authority become authority with these 2 things, conducting himself in the luxury paradox.
Okay, the luxury paradox is, again, it's being and doing. It's a state of mind. Luxury paradox, actually, you need to handle with your clients in 2 parallel ways, that they conflict each other. First principle is the customer is the king, and second principle is only in my way, in my terms. So there is a paradox, because if the client is a king, so they need to decide how much to pay me, or they will decide where the meeting is going to be, in my place or their place, and they will decide how long will the meeting go, something like that. If it's only on my terms, maybe people won't come. Maybe people are afraid. So most businesses, they operate with the clients. The client is the king. Whatever you say, it's great. I tell you a number. If you would like discount, you will shout, I would like discount, and I will give you discount. If you would like, if we'll sit for an hour for coaching, and then you will want a few more minutes, you will get a few more minutes. But I say no. If you are a brand, if you are a business, you need to think like a business. Even if you don't have much leads, every sales conversation need to be a few minutes, like you have 100 leads a day. Even if there is nothing in your diary after the meeting, if you said that there will be only 1 hour coaching, it will be 1 hour, not 1 hour and a half, not 1 hour and 10 minutes or something like that. Okay, you need to put your limits to the client. So if you understand the balance between the client is a king and only on my terms, then you become an expert. For example, I will tell you, let's meet for a consulting appointment. It will be 2 hours. It will cost you, let's say, $2,000. It will be in my office in this location. So during the conversation, during our meeting, I won't answer to anyone on the phone. I will be focused only on you. I will come prepared. I will give you the best advice I can. I promise you, I will send you a summary afterwards. I will send you a summary afterwards. So you are the king. You are the king because all I said to you, all I promised, I deliver. But it will be on my terms. It will be $2,000, not with discount. It will be in my office, not in your office. It will be 2 hours, not 3 hours. If I say to you, please write, give me documents, this and this and this before the meeting, it will be with the documents you already sent to me. Not you won't come without the documents or something like that. So you need to save the balance between, in order to join Dr. Persuasion's clients club, you need to have the terms 1, 2, 3. Once you join the club, you enjoy all the benefits. So this is how brands operate. This is how professionals operate. How professional authorities operate, and this is the mentality and the being and doing you need to adapt.
You talk here in this chapter 2 about customers want to feel a personal touch. They want to feel like celebrities in your world and to be appreciated. How do we go about doing that?
Personal attention. First of all, you need to act if you talk to someone. Act if they are the most important persons in your world. When you talk to someone, even if it's for a few minutes, even in a conference or something like that, treat him well. Provide personal attention. Listen to them. Remember things they say. Act as if they are the only person that you care about in those minutes. You have nothing else to do. You have no one else to see. 5 minutes later, the next hour, you provide the same personal attention to someone else. But now, focus on them. Because most people, I'm now in the meeting with you, I think about the task I need to have in the next hour. I'm now in a conference, I talk to someone, I look around, to find for other people I know. No. People would like to feel special. It doesn't care how much money you have or how old you are or if you're famous or not. By the way, even celebs, even famous clients, if you have famous clients, and you treat them like regular human beings, they will appreciate it, because most people around them, they just consider them as gods, something like that. So I treat all my clients in the same way as a celebs, but I don't admire them. I just treat them as my friends or colleagues, and I provide the best personal attention I can and best service I can provide.
One last thing in this commandment, the second commandment that you talk about, you say, put yourself at the front of the stage and don't be afraid of sharing knowledge, your very best knowledge, on every possible platform. Talk about that, because a lot of people don't want to share their very best stuff, but you go against that advice.
We are in a content era. If you, in order for people to buy from you, okay, they need to have 4 steps. They need to have know, like, trust, and only then buy, right? So step number 1 is they need to know you before they bought from you, because otherwise they don't know you. You need to be relevant in your market. So how can people know you? Because of your content. So if you look for Dr. Persuasion, Dr. Yaniv Zaid, you can read my blog, you can see my YouTube channel, you can see my Spotify channel, you can before you even bought my book in the bookstore, something like that, before you even paid $1, you can join my newsletter and you can read my articles, etc. So you need everyone, in order to be relevant in their market, they need to provide content. Now, if the content will be mediocre, will be lousy, then you read my article and say, okay, it doesn't know shit. I can say to you, well, the article is mediocre because it didn't pay me yet, but when you come to a meeting and you pay $1,000 for an hour, you will get amazing stuff because you read my stuff, you saw my videos, my recordings, and you say, okay, it's mediocre. It didn't teach me anything new, something like that. So you need to have a great content. Part of your business model is to create content, newsletters, blogs, websites, articles, videos, etc. And then people will enjoy this and they will come. So first step, they need to know you. Second step, they need to like you. Now, how can they like you even if they didn't meet you and they didn't pay to you yet and they didn't use your products and services? They can like you because of your content, because then they saw a movie and they saw you as a person and they say, okay, I like this person. They read an article, they say, I can relate to this person, okay? Step number 3, they need to trust you. How can they trust you even if they didn't use the product or service yet and don't know you personally yet? Because again, you created the content, and during this content, you told them about your track record and about your social proofs, so you can say, well, this guy is an expert because he gave me an example that something that happened to him 10 years ago with other famous clients. So if he has already done this kind of experience and this kind of clients, it means he's good at what he does. Okay, so only after step number 1, they know you. Step number 2, they like you. Step number 3, they trust you. Only then comes step number 4, they will buy from you for the first time. Okay, so if you don't create content, you're not relevant in the market. Content, you can come in many ways, in many platforms today, but you need to be out there, to be in front of clients, in front of audiences, in order for them to buy.
I talk about this a lot when I'm speaking about know, like, and trust. And I have said to people that one of the biggest mistakes I see salespeople make is they don't want to go through the knowing stage and the liking stage. They just want to you should just trust me. You should just trust me. And I reverse engineer it. I go, first of all, we don't give money to people we don't trust. We don't trust people we don't like, and we don't like people we don't know. Right. And so when you start thinking about that, and I don't care what sales you're ever doing, the greater probability of success is always going to be, first of all, how well are you able to connect with somebody so that they know you, right? And it doesn't have to be tremendously long because you can be known fairly quickly, but then be likable. Can you be likable, right? Because sometimes we're so anxious about making the sale, we're not very likable. And so you have to have some likability. Right?
We talked about to love people. This is the first step in the sales. Love your clients.
Love your clients. Right. I mean, so if you love your clients, that's going to make you more likable. Well, it's just a natural flow. I don't think people understand the natural flow of knowing, being likable. It just leads to trust automatically. You don't have to ask for it because as soon as they know you and they like you, it just kind of moves in that direction. It's it's a formula that works. It's just that we don't have the patience for the formula.
Yeah, and people would like to have great vendors, great suppliers for long-term relationship. I would like to like you because I would like to come back again and again. If you have a shop next to my house, for example, or if you're my consultant, or if you are, my lawyer or something like that. So I would like to consult again and again. I would like to feel free to call you in the middle of the night if I'm in trouble, something like that, or early in the morning if I need some advice quickly, or if you would like to some product it ran out and I need to come to your shop. I don't want to see you in a bad mood or something like that. I would like you to be nice to me, like I would like to my friends to treat me. So if you do this, okay, then it's the key, and it can come natural to people, and you can also fake it till you make it. But again, it's today in 2025, it's more hard because people got their fake radar or bullshit radar. They know when you just say the script and you don't actually mean it. But yeah, those are the communication skills. So it doesn't matter what you sell. Be nice to people.
His name is Dr. Yaniv Zaid. The book is entitled The 21st Century Sales Bible, Mastering the 10 Commandments of Marketing, Negotiation, and Persuasion. Absolutely fabulous book. It's translated in 14 languages. So those of you who are listening internationally, it's probably in your home language, in your home tongue. So
and also on Amazon.
Yeah. So check it out. Available wherever your bookstore is. And if they don't have it on the shelf, tell them get it. They'll put it on the bookstore. They'll put it on the shelf for you. I promise you they will. You're listening to him here on A New Direction. Hey, folks, my sponsors. I got to talk about Zoundy. I love Zoundy. Listen, the beautiful thing about Zoundy is being able to connect with the people who listen to my book, download and listen to it. I have a QR code. I was speaking, and people could download my book for free. You say, why would you download a book for free? Well, because I get to talk with the people who are listening to the book, and I love hearing what they have to say. I'm not searching for compliments. I'm searching for what are they wanting me to write next? What would they like to see me talk about from the stage next? It is so helpful. So I have a special code. Go to zoundy.com/J. That's ZOUNDY.com/JAY and use my code JAY25. And what you'll do is you'll get incredible savings. So check them out, zoundy.com/J, JAY25. And Linda Craft Team Realtors, listen, there's a lot of great things I could say about them, but here's where I think they're the best. I think the best, and yes, I'm biased. I'll admit it. I am. But here's the thing. I think their website is absolutely the best real estate website on the planet. I just absolutely believe that. Here's why. Yes, they have everything that you want. You want to find listings and you want to find, houses that you might be interested in buying, et cetera, so forth. They got all that stuff there. But here's what they also have, right? They got a child psychologist to write articles about how to move with children. They got a veterinarian to talk about how to move with your pet, right? They have a regular show called Real Estate Right Now, where they're interviewing people in the field of real estate, talking about real estate matters that matter to you. I'm telling you, it is the most complete website. You got to check them out. They are the professionals. They've been doing it for over 40 years. Check them out. It's lindacraft.com, LINDACRAFT.com. And we're back here on A New Direction with Dr. Yaniv Zaid. His book, The 21st Century Sales Bible, Mastering the 10 Commandments of Marketing, Negotiation, and Persuasion. I hope you're having a good time. I'm enjoying having you on the show.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying
it. I had a great time, and I think people notice it. Again, if I'm on stage and you have fun, then the crowd will have fun. And if you sell to someone sell to someone, then we'll feel it, and the conversation will be great. And you treat them like like your friends, not just like we are on the same side.
Yeah, well, I know it's only been a few minutes, but I consider you a friend already. So
yeah, likewise.
Let's talk about commandment 3, turning compliments into income, motivating people to buy from you, even if they weren't planning to. Well, what are you saying here, Dr. Z?
I'm saying call to action. When in the end of each post, each newsletter, each movie, each meeting, each negotiation, you need to have the bottom line, what people need to do, because most people, usually, let's say, call it therapists, or salaried employees, they have a great conversation with the client. In the end, they say, okay, so keep in touch. I call it keep in touch, but not too much, So people, what is keep in touch? Or we will talk soon. When? Okay. Or what do I need to do? So I say people, they obey signs. If you drive your car, you see a sign, you do what they say. They say stop, you stop. They say go, you can go. They can go. So if I end the meeting with you and we have a great conversation, say okay, Joe, think about it, and we'll be in touch. Then actually I missed something, because you're already eager to buy. You already you describe the problem. I solve you myself I describe myself as the solution. So we ended the meeting. So now I need to say, okay, so Jay, if it's relevant for you, if you're serious, this is what I offer us to do. This is the agreement. Take it, read it, and get it back to me to tomorrow, day after tomorrow, signed, and then we can schedule the next appointment. Or okay, so I will send you a summary of what we did, discuss it, and we need to go over 1 and 2 and 3, and you need to write down 5 and 6. Okay, so we need to have instructions what to do, because many people, they tell me, I get many compliments. People say that I'm an expert, but when I look at my bank account, I start crying or something like that. Okay, so you need to narrow the gap between the compliments and the professionalism you have and the money you make. And again, you go back to talking about money, ask for money, ask for higher prices. It's all connected. All the 10 commandments are connected. So you need to know how to turn the compliments into income. You need to know how to do call to action after the client is satisfied. And also, if the client buys from you, Okay, there is upsell and cross-sell, right? What is upsell? Upsell is right, sell more from the same things. Okay, so you sold to me a Coach J coaching appointment, and it was successful. Then you offer me another one, or maybe even a series of 10 appointments. And also cross-sell. Cross-sell is other products or services you have. For example, okay, so I know you as a coach, but you also provide speaking gigs. So I own a company, so I can bring it to my employees. So it's a different product. Or I can buy books from you. It's a different product. Or I can buy a digital course. It's a different product. So if you don't offer me those products, I won't do it. You can work with a great CEO who has 200 employees. Okay, and it just go to you one-on-one. But they can take you to as a speaker to the company, or as a seminar leader, or business provider, something like that, or business consultant. But they don't know that you do it. They just know you as a coach. They don't know that you're actually also a speaker, for example. So we need to say all the time, we have other products, we have other things we can provide, other value we can share. So let's do it. And then this is how you do upsell and cross-sell all the time, and you make satisfied clients. Not just that they will say compliments, but you can leverage it for your next activities.
Okay, I'm going to make a confession here to the audience. Dr. Zaid just hit me in the head with a 2x4. Because you know what I haven't done? I coach, right? You go coachingmavericks.com. You can go to my website, right? And Coaching Mavericks. Do you know what I've never done, folks out there? I have never said to a client, by the way, I do speaking engagements on all these different things, on mindset work and how to change your mindset and how to work that. I have never offered a client, never offered them the opportunity to say, hey, listen, I can speak for your company.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. I agree with you, but I'm kicking myself in the head going, why didn't I do that? And so now I'm like going, that was gold, folks. You heard what he said. It's gold. There is probably something in that you have that you can add to the sale, right? We call it the upsell, but it's something that you could be adding, and it's value because you love your people, you love your customers, as he's talked about, and now you've made yourself more available. Man, beautiful. That was awesome.
You can also do it naturally, not just at the end of a conversation, but you can also do name dropping, and you just can tell your clients during the session about speaking gig you had last year or last month or last week, and then you say, "Oh, you also provide speaking gigs? I didn't know." And then at the end you say, "Okay, if you'd like speaking gigs, I can come to your, to a family event you talked about, or your client's event, or your employees, you said you would like to do something for the end of the year, then I can also come there. If you like me one-on-one, and so let's share all this beauty with all of your employees, not just with you."
Folks, you can even go to my website. I'm going to steal a little time. You can go to my website and find out what I talk about and speak about. I speak around the country. I speak all over the US and Canada. And so I'm even available in Europe. So, and even in Israel, I'll be happy to go back to Israel. So
I can give another example. I work a lot with law firms, so law firms, they deal with many subjects. So imagine that you have a scenario, I work with a lawyer on about my real estate investments. Okay. So I come to the law firm each time, and I know this guy, I know his room. But then, for example, I get divorced, and I go to a different law firm, but the next room, in the same law firm, there is another attorney that excels in divorce. So I can go to him. Why not, or to her? Why not to stay in this law firm? Because people would like to get all the options in one-stop shop, right? But if I don't know it, then I just come in. There is a big floor, many rooms. I just know this room. I don't know what is the other room, because they never market the other services for me. So maybe this lawyer for this real estate lawyer, he never told me, actually, if you ever got divorced, or if you ever got problems with your business partner or something, we also do lawsuits, we also do divorce, okay, something like that. They didn't say. So if they didn't say, again, we talked about know, like, trust. So step number one didn't happen. I don't know that they actually can provide those services to someone else.
Right. You're right. This leads so naturally into commandment number 4. Put yourself at center stage in front of an audience and in front of your customers. And because you talk about you want to promote things, you got to push yourself forward, which is what
Yeah.
we're really talking about here. But here's something that you say in Commandment 4. You say, here are the things that you really need for marketing and sales. And there's 3 of them: initiative, diligence, and a personal relationship. Talk about those.
Well, for me, many people they have a stage fright. They don't like to talk in front of clients. Their comfort zone is come to the office, go sit in your room next to your computer, 9 hours there, and then you go to your house. But they say, again, I told before that people need to know what you do. So I say, if you don't like to talk in front of many people, then just treat it as conversation one-on-one. Because for me, speaking gig, even if it's in front of 1,000 people, okay, it's a conversation with 1,000 people. So if I treat it as a conversation, not as a test, not as an audition, not as something that is very, very stressful, but just conversation. You just need, instead of looking one-to-one in the eyes, you just need to, to have a look around, to provide presentation to all the audience. But I say to people, you have great knowledge, don't be afraid to share it. You need to, first of all, realize that you have great knowledge, because many people, they are very, very good at what they do. But if you ask them to say, oh, no, just I don't have such an experience. Yeah, everyone knows the same job. No. If you are 20, you have 20 years of experience, and if you did, 2 degrees on this subject, and if you have 1,000 satisfied clients, and if you have, formal certificates, people need to know it. You need to know it. Again, you need to believe in it, and then you share your knowledge, and you don't afraid, and you initiate all the time. For example, you need to go to conferences outside your work, or if you're, for example, as a business owner, you need to go to conferences to network. Many people, they don't network, and then they say, I don't have enough clients. Go outside your office, go outside your house, go meet people. If you meet people, okay, and you tell them what you do, and you also tell them who can they refer to you, okay, then they will start referring clients to you. And we talked about, by the way, referrals. We talked about know, like, trust. Referrals is a great tool, because if, for example, I tell you I'm looking for a plumber, and you say, Yaniv, I have a great plumber for you, they're great, they also do a plumbing gig in my house, and you give me a telephone number, okay, and I call this guy. I don't know this guy, but I know you, Jay, so I know you, I like you, I trust you. I say, well, Jay is a serious person. So if Jay recommends someone, this probably is a great person. So when I call this guy, let's call him David, okay, I call David. So I don't know David, but I know Jay. So I know, like, trust Jay. This is why I would probably pick David. So referrals, they shorten your learning curve, because you already did all the process. I don't need to watch David's movies on YouTube and ask for recommendations and read their formal certificates. I just got Jay's recommendation. So if people know who they can refer to you in your environment, they will get more clients, and you will grow your business naturally and very easy, in a very easy way and short way.
We've done an hour, Dr. Z. It's gone really, really fast. I've really, really enjoyed it. Thank you for being with us. Tell people how they can get a hold of you. Tell them what to do.
Okay, call to action. All right. So first of all, the website, it's drpersuasion.com, drpersuasion.com, with many articles and videos and tips, and also my blog. So if you liked what you heard in the last hour, you probably love to see my website. Also on social media, Yaniv Zaid, YANIV ZAID. All of the social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, whatever, Twitter, I'm there. So come and find me. I all the time create great content about how to increase your sales, develop your business, improve your sales and marketing capabilities, build your brand and professional authority. And also, again, we talked about my book. So I have, by the way, 11 books, 6 in Hebrew, 5 in English. You can find it on Amazon. I have an Amazon page, Yaniv Zaid. And also my personal email. I will provide my personal email. It's yaniv@yanivzaid.com, YANIV@YANIVZAID.com. So feel free to send me emails and ask me any question you may have, and I promise I answer everyone. I love talk to people. I enjoy different cultures, different people, and I will be happy to answer and contact you.
I can tell you that he's answered my emails, and he's chatted with me, so I can promise you that he will do that. Stay with me, Dr. Z. Folks, this is the show. You know what I say to you every week. You're in control of three things: your attitude, your effort, and your resiliency. Life doesn't always give us what we want. In fact, sometimes we get things we didn't ask for. But the truth is, you can control your attitude. You can make a choice of what your attitude is going to be today. And your effort, you got control over that too. We don't always have the same amount of energy in the tank, but what you have, you can do something with. And your effort's tied to your excellence. So how excellent are you going to choose to be today? And your resiliency, you know what? We all get punched in the gut and punched in the teeth and get knocked down, but it's up to you to get back up again. Why? Because you're worth it, and we want you on the team. I'll be back next week with another great guest, another great show. You got a lot of choices. You chose us. So give us a thumbs up on YouTube where you saw the show or wherever. And if you're listening via podcast, you know what? Why not write us a 5-star review and let people know, right? That what you think, because it really helps us wherever you're listening all over the world. So as I say to you all over the world, you know what that is? Ciao, everybody.